Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 15 of History 311 Online. This week, we begin the stretch run of our course by tackling America during the 1970s and 1980s. From the worst political scandal in our nation's history, the Watergate scandal, the country will transition into a deep run of hard luck and what was called at the time malaise. You can look that one up. All of this was rather difficult for the American people to get their minds around. After all, there had been so much confidence in America's future coming out of World War II that Time Life magazine publisher Henry Luce had confidently predicted that this was to be an American century. But that prediction and that confidence by the 1970s seemed like a quaint postcard from the past, no longer relevant to frame America's deepening conflicts. More to the point, America in the 1970s seems stuck in a ballad we might term the post-Watergate blues, the time when our nation's economic, political, and even military fortunes seemed to nosedive. Somewhere in the middle of this malaise, it was time to celebrate the nation's 200th birthday, its bicentennial. And though the occasion was marked with all the normal hoopla, hype, commemoration, and commercial marketing typical of an American extravaganza, the problems confronting the country could not be easily wished away with patriotic speeches and bicentennial coins. Not only was there the dispiriting end to the Vietnam conflict, but a growing energy crisis as well that seemed to signal America's sudden vulnerability to outsiders and foreign interests. Taking his turn on the political stage was an evangelizing Southern politician named Jimmy Carter, who preached a back-to-basics political sermon that the American people initially embraced, but ultimately rejected. Carter's political defeat in 1980 was occasioned in part by a terrifying conflict overseas known as the Iran hostage crisis, which, in addition to the facts of the case, introduced Americans to another geopolitical snare known as fundamentalist Islam, a seemingly new threat to American interests that in the years to come would supplant even the Cold War. Thus, with Islam on the horizon and communism on the wane, we turn to the Reagan era of the 1980s. The Reagan movement forged a new synthesis in American politics that challenged and partly overturned the New Deal coalition forged in Roosevelt's day, which had dominated American politics for half a century. Like Roosevelt, Ronald Reagan would preach renewal, but in contrast to FDR, he would seek to dismantle the safety net of social welfare programs first inspired by the New Deal. A strong military, not food stamps, was Reagan's prescription for what ailed America. And as you'll learn, that prescription was marked by its own tangled logic and self-contradiction, a fact brought home in the Iran-Contra scandal, the most serious political scandal since Watergate, as well as the controversial war on drugs. Like I said, we're down to the final days of our semester, and you will not have any new graded work this week to turn in. Check out the lectures and the materials posted. Skim through the textbook reading. And get ready to finish strong next week with your last homework assignment. And last but not least, your final essay. You can check out the sneak preview of that essay under our Week 15 module. As always, let me know if you have questions. And have a great week, everybody.